Hi, I'm Derek Houts from TerraRad Tech, and today I'm going to show you how to mount the PoLRa version 3.1 on the Matrice 600. So here we have the Matrice 600 non-pro version, but the mounting is very similar for the 600 Pro. So we start with the mount points, installing onto the railing. So we have 4 of these, and we're going to place them on the outside of this mounting rail. So you can basically just slide these on to the mount rail like so, on both sides. And it doesn't matter which way the nut and screw face. I sometimes just put the nuts facing inwards because I think it looks better. Then the next step would be to prepare the mounting bolts. So these are going to be the longer screws that are provided, and you'll have 4 of them. So we typically like to put an M5 washer on the inside there, and then you can hang these from the mount points. Just don't push them in yet, because that's where the instrument is going to hang from. So just prepare these so that they're flush with the mounting brackets. And now it's time to grab the instrument. So take it out of the box. We grab the foam pieces. I sometimes just put them underneath the drone in case we need to put the instrument down as we're working. And then we take her out. So like I said, now you can have a nice resting place for the instrument as you prepare. So this sometimes takes 4 hands as you get used to it, because you kind of need to hold the instrument into position as you push the screws in. But I'm going to do it by myself to show you that it can be done. So you hold up the instrument until the screws are aligned with the mounting points, and then you try to basically stick the screws through the holes. And there's 1. 2. 3. And 4. And now we grab our M5 washer and nut and put those on the inside of the threads of our screws to tighten it down. I usually just thread all 4 on so that it's somewhat secure before we tighten it down. And at this point, we can grab our 3mm Allen key and the 8mm open-ended wrench. So you basically just tighten down these M5 screws with the lock nut. probably cut the video off because it's going to take a while.
Or just come to this side. I can watch it.
So one tool that I actually typically use because it makes things a bit faster is a ratcheting Allen key. So this is basically like a ratchet wrench with a 3mm bit on it. So this just makes the screwing down these lock nuts a little bit faster. Okay, and you don't need to over torque it because these are lock nuts. They're not going to come loose during the flight. The next step would be to plug in the power cable. So we have provided you with this cable that has the XT30 connection on one side, which goes into the 18-volt supply underneath the Matrice. And then we have the connector on this side that goes into the PoLRa. So yeah, maybe come over here. So we just stick that in until it has a little bit of a click, and then screw that threaded piece down. Then you can pretty much run this cable however you want out of the way. And then be careful about your plus and minus. So the red goes into the plus side, and you just stick that in like so. And the next step is the GPS antenna, and I'll be right back when I grab that. So now I've grabbed the GPS antenna, which will be provided in the package, as well as these little Velcro strips. So first we want to take the hard ring loop side and just stick that on top of the drone. And the soft side onto the GPS antenna on the bottom. So now we're ready to stick the antenna onto the top of the drone, like so. And then I usually like to run the cables so that they remain somewhat out of the way. So I put it through the railing like that until it comes down through here. And we connect the antenna to the GPS SMA connector right here. And then we have a little bit of extra cable that I recommend we just tie up with a little zip tie that we have, for example, right here. So that's now nice and snug. and it's not going anywhere. Maybe we want to tie up that power cable as well. So we have some little Velcro connectors. And that's it. Now we are ready to fly the PoLRa on the Matrice 600. Thanks for watching.